Growing up with 3 younger brothers and 2 struggling parents, I didn't always get a full plate to eat. Only sometimes was I resentful of that. Growing up all legs and 3rd tallest in elementary class, thin limbs, knocking knees, and slightly protruding belly, my mom would say that I looked like one of those starving African children, an image of daytime charity commercials. The entirety of how fucked up that was missed on me for years. Growing up with bookshelves of diet and clean eating books, cleanses were just another thing adults did. Dinners were things moms didn't always have. In 5th grade, a classmate of mine fainted on her way to lunch. Opening up her Disney princess bag, the teacher found it empty and scolded her before the rest of us. I'm not sure the nurse or her parents were ever told. In 6th grade, one of my favorite shows was America's Next Top Model. I remember standing before mirrors until I couldn't, aware that I didn't look like those beautiful people, my body awkward and too much, always too much. I remember knowing I would never be that runway model this little boy once dreamed of. My mother said I filled out. At that time, I never hated 2 words more. In 9th grade, I always wore ill-fitting clothing to hide myself, ashamed of all the places skin didn't pull tight across bone. The only purpose they served was for that serrated bread knife that my mother still can't find. In 12th grade, I learned what the face of an advanced stage eating disorder looked like, scarecrows of people that frightened me like a bird. I became obsessed with numbers despite never being any good at math. Scrubbed bathrooms clean more times than my mother ever wrote in my chore list, learned what a sick sense of pride really meant whenever I was told I looked unwell, bought an expensive pair of pants I only barely fit into once that I still keep in the back of my closet. It's the only part of me I've ever insisted was just a phase that's denied me of more than I ever denied myself, a phase I don't imagine myself ever growing out of. I'm so scared of growing. All I've ever wanted was to be as small as I've always been made to feel, as non-committal as my disorder, eating disorder, not otherwise specified, Ednos. We expected an angry, bleeding sky to rain cursed ash down onto these rooftops. We expected the igniting of our insides to result in nothing more than charred, ugly outsides. We expected to be smoked from our homes, lest we choke to death on all our burning secrets. When nothing came, no flame, no fury, no need to flee, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what could possibly come next. This was not what we were used to. What lay before us was a whole realm of unpredictable unknowns, and it rattled the marrow of our bones so fiercely, so wildly, that we lit the flames in our own houses, no longer homes. We said there was some meaning to gather. We saw reflected the fear of the flames in our eyes, flickering like a dying candle in midnight heavy air. Afterward, sitting among the ash snow covering the ground, I realized too late it has always been a self-ignition, that this was how the cycle had always gone and how it always would.